gunman behind the deadly mass shooting at Brown University is still on the loose. The FBI released this new video of the person of interest. Law enforcement believes the shooter was surveying the area hours before he entered the school building and began firing on people. Jarred Hill joins us now live from Providence, Rhode Island, with the latest. Jarred, what more do we know this morning about where this suspect may be?
Yeah, so Errol, investigators say that they have gotten over 200 viable tips in relation to the Brown University shooting, with still no sign of this suspect. They have flyers up around campus asking for more tips, and they're hoping that this enhanced video can help. It's a slightly clearer glimpse at the possible Brown University gunman. Authorities releasing enhanced surveillance video as the manhunt in Providence stretches into day 5.
We believe that he was actually casing out this area to commit the crime.
The person of interest said to be about 5'8", seen walking through the residential neighborhood near Brown hours before the attack.
I'm confident that a member of the public is going to recognize this person, perhaps a family member. Some cases have broken this way after a period of days.
Overnight on social media, President Trump criticized the school's surveillance system, asking, why did Brown have, quote, so few security cameras? There are more than 1,000 surveillance cameras across Brown University's campus, but investigators say with the shooting happening at the edge of campus and in an older building, none of the cameras were in position to capture the shooter. Freshman Jacob Spears was coming out of a study session when he was shot Saturday. He spoke with CBS News.
First, I was confused, but then I realized what was happening. I ran. He got me in the back, but adrenaline did me good, and I was able to get up and run.
As the search for clues continues, the community is seeking comfort. Hundreds packed a church at the heart of campus, honoring the 2 students killed and 9 injured in last weekend's mass shooting.
I keep thinking it could have been me. You know, I live a block away from the building where it happened, and I was in the building just a few days before.
A moment to rebuild hope with a sense of safety shattered. I was at that service last night. A lot of talk about building community in these moments of tragedy. Meanwhile, when it comes to the other surviving victims in this shooting, 7 of them we've learned are still in the hospital at last check in critical but stable condition. Errol.
All right, Jarred, thank you very much. We want to bring in Doug Kouns now. He used to be a special agent and supervisory special agent with the FBI. He's also the founder of Veracity IIR, an intelligence and investigation firm. Doug, good morning. Thanks for being with us. What do you make of the situation for investigators at this moment? Days later, they appear no closer to having a suspect in custody, and now they're still asking for the public's help. How do you assess things so far?
There's a lot there. We don't know that they're no closer. They don't always release every bit of information. Typically, they'll release the information that they think will help them find the person. You know, so we haven't heard anything about motive. I don't think I've seen anything about weapons used or any kind of ballistics, forensics type work on that. But we've got videos which are good. You know, these are residential videos. It's not the quality of a commercial security camera, you know, with technology. You know, there's some really high-tech stuff out there with facial recognition. It can recognize when somebody's wearing a gun or when somebody's got one with a gun in hand. But out here in the neighborhoods, people don't have that. These are just like Ring doorbells and similar, but it's still something. And you can see characteristics in how he walks. I see him go into a parade rest, you know, where you kind of clasp your wrist behind your back. Little telltale signs that somebody out there might recognize, and that's the point of letting this out.
And Doug, while I appreciate your point that investigators have more than they're sharing with the public, you did also say that these are neighborhood surveillance video camera footage. This is not from the campus itself, and now there are these growing concerns over how safe the campus really is. President Trump even weighing in, saying there should have been more cameras. Brown says they have 1,200 surveillance cameras around. Is that enough? Is that a fair critique?
I don't know that that's fair. There's cameras everywhere, and there's always going to be gaps. You know, you can't look around every corner. Perhaps this individual studied enough to know where those gaps were and purposely chose that building for that reason. We just don't know. I'm speculating here. But to have a camera covering every square foot of every bit of the property there, that's probably an unreasonable expectation.
All right, Doug Kouns, we appreciate your insight. Thanks for being with us, joining us from Indianapolis.
Thanks.